Okay, so I finished my knife, and I'm gonna call this thing a double reverse Tanto. I haven't seen this knife before, so if it is the first one, hopefully the name will stick. It's funny to me. So, okay. So in this video, I'm just gonna like talk about specs and just design. But I'm also gonna cut stuff. If you just wanna see me cutting stuff, I'll put a link on in the comments, so you can just skip to that. But if not, we'll get started. So this is a 9-inch blade. It is 2 inches wide. It is CPM 3V, and it's been professionally heat treated by Peter's Heat Treatment to 60 Rockwell hardness. It is 1/8 inch thick. It does have 2 edges on it. So this is supposed to be a sax, and it's supposed to be an American Tanto design. But here's the weird thing: it isn't. Doesn't have an edge on the top. So I did that because if I did put an edge on the top, it would weaken the tips. But I also ground this thing to like a ridiculously thin grind, which might be detrimental to this knife. And I'll point out some stuff that's also a problem in a second also. But the handle is Taro Tough. It is gray Taro Tough. The pins are maroon G10. And the handle itself is very thin. So I try to make it as thin as possible while still being comfortable in the hand. So if you can see it, it's just slightly tilted. So, and so is the little palm swell, slightly higher here. So it is also in this direction. So when I hold it this way, this is the design of the handle. So when I hold it this way, this tip is being presented first when I hit something, and I will test this. And then when I hold it this way, it's a little bit more forward. Let me see. Okay, let me see my hand. See the angle. Let's see, not by much, but still by some amount. And yeah. Just the idea was just to try this. What I like is I can use this for work and stuff like that, this edge, and then I can use this edge for something else. This would be like the self-defense side of the edge, because, so this is some predictions. Before I do the actual test, I have a little bit of rust there from cutting some plants. So this, you can actually pierce with it, this side. And you can, when you cut, there isn't anything obstructing it. So when you are cutting into something, tip first, it's fine. But when you cut with this side, you have to basically stay at this angle. Once you get to about this point, this flat edge will cause some resistance to penetration, basically, when you're cutting this way. And I am going to try it on a book, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, besides that, it is forward heavy, which I wanted. Here's the balance point, about there. So it does feel nice in hand. It does feel like you can chop. But I think I might have gone too thin with the edge, because you can see there, right there, some warpage. That's for me just cutting branches. So if you look at it this way, you don't see anything. But if you do look at it that way with the light, that's when you notice. Okay. All right, so now I'll start cutting stuff. Yeah. So yeah, paper first. Okay. So line paper. And it's gonna be kind of weird doing it like this. So this side's sharper. I'll show you the difference. And this side, you hear more noise. But they're both relatively sharp. If I can get it straight, I can do a little bit better. Oop. Okay, all right, so next up is the toilet paper roll test. I've seen some guy do this on YouTube, and I don't know if this is hard or not. So yeah, let's see. Okay, I mean, this is sharp. Well, it is grabbing there, but this is the... Oh, no, there isn't actually. That's the glue, maybe. Yeah, it grabs there. I mean, once it grabs there, then that's not a problem. Let me try that again. Okay, this side is slightly bent, so I'm just going to do the round side. Let's try this again. Okay, it is grabbing on. Okay, yeah, alright, whatever. Alright, so next up is a 1 1/4 inch vinyl tube. So I'm going to try to put my thumb up here. Let me try without the thumb. Okay, I don't know. That was kind of hard. Once it gets to the bottom, it's like hard for it to like connect to the mat. One last one, I'll do it with the thumb. That last piece. There we go. Okay. All right. All right, so water bottle with water. Okay. All right, so water bottle without water. All right. All right, so Gatorade bottle with water. Kind of curved, I guess when I hit it, it started turning. All right, so empty Gatorade bottle. Okay. Okay, so this is just the Yellow Pages book, and I'm gonna try, so both edges, both points on this thing. So I'm gonna go first with just with the American Tanto point, see what happens. Okay. So it basically, it went through completely actually. Huh. Okay, so next up, I'll do the tip. All right, so the tip. All right, whatever that was. Okay, so that's like a much just cleaner cut. And yeah, dang. All right, I'm gonna take this off and just show it to you. Okay, so yeah, this was just like a much cleaner cut. And just like mostly completely went through. So on this side, so that's what I was talking about. If you see this, the way this worked, what I think happened was small cut and it's elongated. You can hear it in the video. So what I think what happened was I hit it with this tip, and then once I started curving it, it just bottomed out. It hit the flat part, made that, you can hear like a thunk sound, and then just slid across all this and cut it. This side, even though there wasn't much sound, I didn't feel much either. I thought it didn't even cut that deep. It went in and it kept that depth most of the way. Same thing, just the curvature of my swing is gonna pull it out again. This is kind of bent, so it just sliced these pieces, these pages too. So overall, yeah, so it did do what I thought it was gonna do, kind of. Is that a major flaw? Not really, I think. You just have to, if you use this side, you just have to remember to come in at a low point in the blade and use this side for any tip attack, basically. So this side, like I said, would be the self-defense side. This side can still cut things, but you would have to come in at a high angle. Okay, which I try to emphasize with the handle. But yeah, so yeah, that's my overall thought on this. So yeah, I like it. I like the knife. It's a bit of a Frankenstein's monster, but yeah, so far I could reduce the edge, because it is something that's probably gonna get destroyed with time by just grinding the sides a bit. But I'm gonna leave it like that for a bit and see what happens. But yeah, any questions or suggestions, let me know. All right, bye. I found a paper towel tube, so let's give this another shot. All right. Well, actually, it catches on better with this one. Oh, okay.